Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome inside the Class of 1923 arena on the campus of Drexel University. Bob Long here to bring you play-by-play of another great matchup in the ACHA. Drexel against the University of Buffalo. We had a tremendous game last night. An overtime winner by the captain, Dylan Hart, gave the Dragons a 4-3 victory. We talked at length and then with head coach Kyle Zoldi after the game about the importance of a win like this. Coach Zoldi said, hey, this isn't a conference game, but when you get to the end of the season and you're talking about if you're getting an auto bid to the national tournament, what's going to make the difference in seeding between a team and Drexel that last year was the 20th seed nationally, Buffalo was number 19 nationally? That's going to be the game. This game as well today can be the difference between whether Drexel's ranked ahead of or behind Buffalo when it comes to a national tournament appearance. Again, getting way ahead of yourself, but putting the work in ahead of time, building that resume, and having that quality non-league win on your resume. They did that earlier in the year with a win over the University of Arkansas. Last night certainly adds to that as well. And tonight's going to be a big opportunity for this Drexel team to maintain that resume advantage over Buffalo. And on UB's side, it's a time to come back and kind of lick your wounds a little bit and try to take it to this Drexel team who you had a 2-0 lead on and squandered that. There's no doubt that this Bulls team is very, very talented. Ian Shorthouse was tremendous in net, but Shorthouse is going to take a seat in favor of number 29, Maxwell Battistoni. Battistoni with a 2.36 goals against average this year. Now remember, Shorthouse was under 2 yesterday, and he had a fantastic game even though it was a 4-3 win for Drexel. He stood on his head for about 2 of the 3 periods, really kept Buffalo in that game when Drexel was pressing. So now Battistoni, his time to take the ice here in Philadelphia and see what he can do against this high-powered Drexel attack. On Drexel's side, looking forward to see what the top line is going to be able to do. Dylan Hart, Nicholas Urbani, they connected on the game winner last night. Christopher Hagan, a first-line winger, had 2 goals. And then the return of Aaron Carmichael, who spent a vast majority of the first half of the season out of the lineup with an injury. So Carmichael back in the game, the first line really coming into form, and how Maxwell Battistoni is going to be able to stand up in net tonight. That's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to having everybody alongside here tonight. We'll now turn your attention to the ice for the national anthem. And it's a beautiful day for hockey here in Philadelphia. Welcome to the Drexel Hockey Network and our presentation of Dragons hockey. Bob Long on play-by-play, my man Mike Crisafulli doing the job behind the camera as always. Drexel dressed in their home yellows with the dark blue on the shoulders. Buffalo returns with their road royal blues with the white coming across the shoulders. Buffalo 14-5-2-1 on the year. Yesterday was their second overtime loss of the season. Drexel earned their 17th win of the year, 17-3-1-1. And this, their last non-conference game before what will be quite a gauntlet of conference play coming up next week. But a lot of business to take care of. National rankings at stake here tonight. And another great non-conference matchup between regional powers, Drexel and Buffalo. Jeremy Wick in net for the Drexel Dragons. Maxwell Battistoni in there for Buffalo. Drexel possesses now back behind their net. This is Jim Mikulik. He had a field day yesterday, taking guys down and into the boards, all legally. Wasn't called for a penalty on any of those hits, but really timed himself up beautifully and sent a message with his physicality. Mike Church-Vera has the puck now, will carry it up. Gets to the red line, spins it back in. Battistoni leaves it back for Andrew Sizz. Sizz, number 23, played just a few minutes yesterday, but gets the start this afternoon for the University of Buffalo. Zach Kerbeal has trouble getting it out of the zone. Drexel unable to keep it, though. Nicholas Urbani, who had the game-winning assist yesterday, saucers it down. Nobody there. It won't get on net and will be an icing. 18:48 left in the first period, early on here. Still scoreless. After 20 minutes yesterday, there was only one goal on the board. That was from the University of Buffalo. Clearly, that picked up as the game went on. 3 goals in the third led to it being tied after 60 minutes, and the Dragons won it in overtime. That cross-ice pass, nice move there. Here come the Drexel Dragons, and they didn't quite get a lot on that one. That was number 28, Mark Lurie. Stoppage here. Lurie, number 28, doesn't get a ton of time here with the Division I team at Drexel, but it's a good opportunity. You're seeing Battistoni in net there for Buffalo as well. Good opportunity to get some different guys in the mix and build that depth as you're ready for a stretch run. Faceoff comes outside the zone. It'll be Patrick McGinley against Cameron Lieber. McGinley wins it for Drexel. Fired in, that'll be into the catching glove of Battistoni, who leaves it down for Tanner Woodruff. Woodruff had a spectacular goal in the third period of yesterday's game to tie the game at 3. He brought it between his legs, backhanded it through the 5-hole of Wick. Buffalo back behind the net, badgered by Gianluca Travia. On it now, Jacob Cantor, but he can't move it back, and Drexel now tries to clear. Cantor's going to get it back, but can't get any type of shot off. Now right in front, Wick was there. Back behind the net, now in front. Wick stands up, cuts down the angle. Goal, Buffalo on the rebound. It's Jacob Cantor putting the Bulls on the board. Good first save there by Jeremy Wick. Came out and cut down a really tough angle shot, but it bounced off him, and just for a moment he didn't know where it trickled to. Where it trickled was onto the left-handed stick of Jacob Cantor, who slotted it home from a tough angle. And just like we were yesterday, it's Buffalo with the early lead against Drexel. Now flicked high, kept in by Mike Church-Vera. Cross-ice pass was intended for Crane, but now Crane goes back behind the net to get it. Taken over by 2 Bulls, somehow keeps that puck on his stick, looking to get it up to the point. Instead, he'll carry it there himself. That deflected pass leads to an opportunity for Buffalo. They'll move it down the ice, and it will be an icing, and that's a tough call there if you're Buffalo. Let's put it this way. I've seen Jamie Crane skate faster than that one. Labored a little bit as he got down the ice. Drexel fortunate to earn that icing call. Weller wins the faceoff well. Carmichael into the slot. That shot came just high off the wrister. Tough angle. Drexel tries to get right back on net, but Battistoni was on that post. Jordan Wanchuk plays it back. Buffalo moves it up the ice. They flick it high, and this will come just wide of net, and that will be not an icing. Wow. Referees missed both of those calls. So now Drexel looks to clear, and perhaps no doubt the comments coming from the Buffalo bench might have had something to do with that. Big hit there in the middle. Here comes Buffalo with a 2-on-1, sent across. Nice stick in there. Retreating on the play from Jim Mikulik. Will Stryker carries it and loses the puck. Sent in by James Schickling. Schickling comes on. Schickling sends it right across the crease. Cameron Neely, nice stick work there. Brought back to the point. Urbani, extra pass to Wyeth Cool. That comes through and was blocked in front. Urbani plays it up. Eugene Lim will fire it back down. Chasing after it is Schickling and Neely. Cool thought about pinching. Good decision as the puck comes right to him. And now a penalty is called. Slashing called against the Drexel Dragons. It'll be Cameron Neely to the box. So this game shaping up, at least thus far, the way yesterday's game did. Drexel to the penalty box early. Buffalo with the first goal of the game. Drexel gets the first clearance. That'll get all the way to net for Battistoni. He'll leave it back behind for Tanner Woodruff. Woodruff plays it up the ice for number 6, Wesley Austin. Austin a goal scorer as well yesterday here in Philadelphia. Austin comes up with the puck, sends it back into the middle. An opportunity here for Drexel. It's 2-on-1. McGinley, Runk. Nice play by the defense for Buffalo. Runk still in front, and that pass was a little bit behind. Austin will carry it back up the ice. Still 5-on-4 for the next minute 23. Backhanded back behind the net. Time for Bradley Crane. Nice job to flick it high. Woodruff sends it back in. Urbani has it. He has time, and he will calmly fire it down the ice. Drexel will get a change. McGinley to the bench. Reinforcements on for the Dragons, dressed in the gold home uniforms. Buffalo dressed in the royal blue, moving from left to right. Nice play again, this time by Jim Mikulik, displacing the puck from Austin Bianchi. Here's Bianchi. He'll try again, a full head of steam. Feeds it back to himself. Comes onto the puck and looks for help. Up to the point. Will Stryker. Stryker feeds Michael Napier. Back for Stryker again in the slot. Shot comes all the way to Wick. And another penalty coming up against the Dragons. Net comes off the moorings. That draws the whistle. And a cleared cross-check coming against Mike Churchvera. It was a good screen in front by Buffalo. Puck got all the way to Wick. He made the save. The puck was on the doorstep, and Mike Churchvera, in a moment of desperation, had to just take the attackman out of the play, which he did, but he drew the penalty. So now 5-on-3 for the next 25 seconds. Drexel already trailing 1-0, and Buffalo trying to take control early. Carmichael does a great job to clear that puck. Just pounded it forward on the faceoff. And Drexel lives to fight. 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Tremendous play by Carmichael. Will almost take this to the conclusion of the 5-on-3. Buffalo could get one look here, down to 5. They pull it across. Woodruff thinks about it in the slot. Extra pass here. They work it down to the goal line, and whiffing on it was Michael Lask. Lask up to get the puck, as is Cole Schiffman. Schiffman in there on the forecheck. Drexel able to feed it up to the point, but no further. 5-on-4 now for the Dragons for the next minute, 18 seconds. Sent right in front. Drexel nearly able to get a clear. And Jeremy Wick pulled that net right back onto the mooring. There was no stop and play, but the net was clearly off its mooring. Sent right on, and Jeremy Wick was there. Never gave up the post. Wonderful recognition and good vision for where Buffalo was back behind the net. And now he'll have a discussion with the linesman in terms of that net being off the moorings. Here's Michael Napier. That pass was a little bit behind him, top of the circle, brings it back down. Takes it back at the near circle. Buffalo moves it across. Can't get the one-timer timed right. Drexel looking to clear with 44 left. James Schickling takes a big fall. Jim Mikulik there and will fire it all the way down the ice. Cameron Neely racing down there. And does a pretty nice job to disrupt the goaltender, Mattistoni. And that will wind precious seconds off the clock as well. Buffalo with 18 left on the man advantage. Carrying into the neutrals, or from the neutral zone was Bianchi. Couldn't get it into the offensive zone. Now Zach Kerbeil will bring it in. This is onto the stick of Cameron Lieber. Back to Kerbeil. Will Stryker, extra pass, and it's deflected by Drexel. Full strength. Here they come down the ice. Nice poke away by number 26, Zach Kerbeil for Buffalo. Now Napier loses the puck, and Drexel tries to carry up the ice. Can't seem to gain possession. Buffalo into the neutral zone. Back behind the intended recipient. Now Ian Keebler, he was scratched yesterday, finds his way into the lineup, number 10. Will Stryker pulls at number 9 for Buffalo, back behind his own net, badgered by Christopher Hagan, and spins it with 11:33 to go here in this first period. Drexel will get a change, everybody but the captain, Dylan Hart. Nudged off the puck well by the Dragons. Aaron Carmichael is on. Carmichael, good strength on that puck, keeps it in the zone, and Mikulik able to fire it back down. Jamie Crane back behind the net on the forecheck. Mike Churchvara spins, well taken down, and there's no tripping penalty called. Easily could have been called. And Kyle Zoldi and the coaching staff are letting them know about it. Whiffed on the hit, Buffalo up the ice. Alex Bauer on the chase. Mikulik got the first touch. Now it takes a good bounce for Drexel off the side boards, which takes away the pinch opportunity for the Buffalo defense. Pulled down by Austin Penzak. Penzak hoists it in. That'll go to the left of Wick. Mikulik back there to get it, slides it over to Churchvara, and that pass well done by number 28, Laurie, to take that onto his tape. Now sent into the zone. Penzak takes the shot from an off angle. Big hit there by Laurie into the wall as Wick makes the save. .10:18 to go, first period. Good one here again at the Class of 23 Arena. A lot of speed on both sides. Two national powers, University of Buffalo and Drexel. Boy, and Laurie's going to be called for the penalty there. And you see at the Kyle Zoldi having a discussion with the referees on the bench. There's a look at that conversation. He wasn't thrilled about the no call on the trip to Churchvara. And then that for Laurie going to be called for boarding. That's a marginal call as well. So he's made himself heard. But nonetheless, Drexel will be a man down on a 2-minute minor to number 28, Mark Laurie. Now Bradley Crane taking off the puck. Drexel looking to clear. They'll get it not out. Woodruff comes to it. And a penalty will be called against Buffalo now. So open ice will abound here as Buffalo will send Michael Lask, number 15, to the penalty box. And we'll get 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute, 47 seconds. This is a part of the game where Drexel really excels, and I think an opportunity for this Dragons team to put themselves on the board. in 5-on-5 and 4-on-4 situations, they were very successful against this Buffalo team. And, you know, really special teams can be a part of the game where this team can be made or broken. And here, 4-on-4 is an opportunity for this Drexel team to space this ice and get looks. Certainly no dearth of speed on the Buffalo side either. This one kept in by Tanner Woodruff. Onto the puck now, Austin Penzak wheels it beautifully and now brings it back to the slot. Penzak brings it back for Napier. Trouble here now, and now Drexel is able to clear it. Pulling it here is Eugene Lim coming across the blue line, and it is onside. Nice drag of that last blade by Nicholas Urbani as he was a step further into the zone. Penzak working hard, loses the puck. Coming on it now is the speed skater Tanner Woodruff. The shot is deflected and went wide. Buffalo's getting a full change. He'll keep the puck for as long as he can on this forecheck. Driven into the wall, but will retain possession. Back to the point, Stryker. Stryker plays it over. That shot was deflected and went wide off the stick of Austin Bianchi. And now taken down on the play, number 8, Cameron Lieber. And flicked high by the Dragons. It's pulled down with a high stick by number 21, Tyler Bennett. And because of that, we'll get a whistle on the second touch from Bennett. Dylan Hart facing off against Cole Schiffman. Schiffman wins the faceoff. Pumps it back to the back boards. Will Stryker is there, feeds it along the far side boards well. Here's Schiffman. No numbers for Buffalo. They'll pump it into the zone. First onto the puck will be Victor McCutcheon, number 14. McCutcheon working hard against 2 Dragons. That's Churchvara and Hart. But McCutcheon still on the puck. Now Schiffman has it. Well defended by Jim Mikulik. Drexel not providing any avenues here for them to cut in front of the net. Big hit there by number 22, Christopher Hagan, on Tyler Bennett for Buffalo. Schiffman pumps it right back in. And we're now back to 5-on-5 hockey. Both teams back at full strength. Sent across, and nobody was there on the backside. There certainly was daylight if McCutcheon had made a more decisive cut. McCutcheon spins it back, comes across for Schiffman, gets it onto his backhand and can't get the shot off. Hagan, the first-line winger, able to clear the puck into the neutral zone. Mark Laurie gets the stick up high, and he's going to be called for another penalty. Another clear high sticking, and Drexel gets the touch. And it looks like we're going to have Mark Laurie to the box, and perhaps another opportunity here for Buffalo. Although behind the play, looks like Tyler Bennett got canned as well for extracurriculars against Christopher Hagan. They've been going at it all afternoon. So Mark Laurie clearly got the stick high, an easy call right in front of the referee. But Tyler Bennett just loses his head for the Bulls. There was a delay penalty in hand, and he gets into it with Christopher Hagan. He's booked himself for 2 minutes. Wesley Austin to take the faceoff against Jamie Crane. 1-0 Buffalo lead, 7:25 to play first period. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. Crane carries it into the zone. Drexel doesn't have the numbers. He takes the off-angle shot. It's feathered wide. Here's Mike Churchvara, feeds it back to Nicholas Urbani. Urbani thinks about the wrister, and he got it off the blocker of Battistoni. That was slotted for upper 90. Battistoni was up to task. Nicholas Urbani has an absolutely nasty wrist shot coming from the left side. Face-off controlled by Buffalo. And that will come out of the zone. Well done by Mike Churchvara to understand that and that it was out of the zone and bring it back in. And, of course, for Crane on the hustle to touch up. It will give the Dragons an opportunity here. Back behind the net is Carmichael. Carmichael set in front. Church-Vara lost an edge, able to get back up and retain possession. Nifty move to get it over to Nicholas Urbani. That shot is deflected and goes back behind the net. Michael Napier with the touch there for Buffalo. Woodruff looking to clear, and they'll be able to do so. Austin Penzak into the neutral zone. Wesley Austin carries, doesn't get anything on that one, and Jeremy Wick will cover up. 6:24 to play, first period, 57 seconds left on the offsetting minor penalties to Frank Lurie and Tyler Bennett. Going to be Cameron Neely to take the face-off for the Drexel Dragons. Cole Schiffman for Buffalo, and Schiffman comes up with it. Schiffman now behind the net, looks for Will Stryker at the point. Leaves it back for Schiffman, top of the circle. Shot was deflected well there by the assistant captain, Jim Mikulik. Mikulik delivers a hit into the board. And number 8, Cameron Lieber, returns the favor against a member of the Dragons. Gianluca Travia taken down. And Buffalo comes back up the ice. Stryker just dumps it back. Nobody there for the Bulls. Drexel dressed in the home yellows. Buffalo in the road royal blue uniforms. Good-looking sweaters on both sides here today. The Bulls carrying a 1-0 lead, looking for more here. Bianchi carries it in, goes to the backhand, and Jeremy Wick cut down the angle well. Came right to the post. Well done by the defense for Drexel. Gianluca Travia to nudge him towards that off angle, and Jeremy Wick just stayed home. So now down to just 5 seconds left on the offsetting minor penalties. Lurie and Bennett to come back onto the ice shortly for the Dragons and Bulls, respectively. Puck is loose. Wyeth Cool can't get a stick on it. Whipped back behind the net for Ian Keebler, number 10. Now Tyler Bennett just back onto the ice. Has it in the corner. Patrick McGinley working against him. 2 Bulls on the forecheck, including Alex Bauer, number 4. Nicholas Urbani working hard for the Dragons. Referee's asking for the puck to come loose. Now it does. And here comes Wyeth Cool. Has that cross pass, but didn't get anything on it. Maybe had hard for just a second, but could not get the pass there. Now Nicholas Urbani spins well with it, pumps it off the boards to the captain, Hart. Hart carries into the zone. He's taken down with a hip check, legally done as the puck was still right near his skates. Nice job by the Dragons. They can't get the shot off, but Hart kept it in the zone for just a moment, and then it's pumped into the stands over the low-hanging boards here at Class of 23 Arena by number 5, Will Stryker. Face-off will be Keebler against Neely. Neely got a piece of it. Now it comes in front, spinning and firing. Eugene Lim kept it low. Battistoni there with the pad. Eugene Lim back behind the net. Finds Cameron Neely. Neely from an off angle takes the shot. Save made, but the follow goes. That's a score for the Drexel Dragons, and it's all square at 1. The rebound pounded home by the Dragons. 1-1. And I had James Schickling on that goal, number 21. He took the rebound, which came right in front, and was able to backhand it home. Four minutes to go, and this one all square. Crane taken down. Now Weller comes from an off angle, shoots it again, and that one goes just wide. Mikulik spins it across for number 4, Mike Church-Vara, and Drexel couldn't get the Tape to the tape. Here comes Schiffman. Winds up and fires into the catching glove of Jeremy Wick. The Dragons of Drexel 17-3, 1-1 on the year. Buffalo 14-5, 2-1 now on the year. At it for the second time in a 24-hour span, and another good one here from the Class of 23 Arena in downtown Philadelphia. Drexel looking to clear. Up ice, Schickling. Big hit. Flying into the wall was number 25, Michael Napier. Sent across, it was tipped. Battistoni doesn't have it. It's back behind the net. Bodies all over. Lim comes in front. Big block there from Penzak. And now it's spun back. Gianluca Travia will get there first. Again, a huge block by Penzak. Bodies were all over. Bradley Crane was coming on to what would have been a glorious opportunity in front, and Penzak put his body in the mix. Big hit there. Going down hard on the play was number 24, Jordan Wanchuk. More hits into the boards here, and it's getting physical. Nathan Runk back behind the net. Schickling will just pump it high to get Drexel a reprieve defensively. Woodruff brings it right back. Drexel coming out on the change. Buffalo was trying to take advantage quickly, and now a boarding call will come. Delayed penalty coming up against Buffalo. Jeremy Wick comes to the bench. Schickling has it. He's patient. Will be a boarding call coming up against the Buffalo Bulls. Schickling leaves it back, and Drexel still continues to work, trying to build with an opportunity here on the delay penalty. Carmichael is the sixth skater. Sent across. Carmichael on the puck. Shot. Saved. Follow. And now a touch. Another great opportunity by Drexel. What a patient buildup that time on the 6-on-5. And they really created two stellar opportunities for themselves in front of the net. Boarding call against Austin Bianchi, taking down Gianluca Travia. And another opportunity on the power play for the Drexel Dragons. Here's Kyle Weller taking the face-off. Wonderful move by Wesley Austin. He'll carry it out of the zone. He'll feed it back. Shot saved by Jeremy Wick. Gets the glove up high. But that, if you're not careful, is what you're going to see in this Buffalo team. They can change the narrative really quickly. They made a 5-on-4. Really a great opportunity offensively for themselves. Churchvara flicks it across. Schickling pumps it the rest of the way. Kyle Weller trying to get there first. Battistoni flicks it along. Now Drexel will set the offense. Eugene Lim back into the slot. Churchvara shot deflected. Comes right on, and Battistoni was there. That deflection opened up the right-hand side of that net on the low side. Battistoni got the pad out there and then was able to just gobble it up. 1:25 to go on the man advantage. 1:08 left in this period. The vast majority of this man advantage will take place the rest of the way here in the first. A big-time block there creates an opportunity. This is Cameron Lieber. Goes to the backhand and calmly saved by Jeremy Wick. That's one there. If you're Eugene Lim, I think if you asked him after the game or after the period, yeah, that's one he'd want back. Lieber was right there in front of him, perfectly set up, and trying to pump that one through. That's probably one where you work it side to side and try to create an opening. Urbani pulls it back calmly on the puck as he's badgered by Penzak. Urbani rolls back behind the net. Hart glides into the slot, leads it back for Nicholas Urbani, who chases it off the boards. Back for Hart. Hart across for Crane. Crane shot saved, and here comes Buffalo the other way. Flipped forward, Drexel's going to be able to control here, but Jeremy Wick's going to be forced to cover it up. And now number 8, Cameron Lieber, and Nicholas Urbani getting after it. The referee's going to have a discussion here with Drexel. I don't think there's any blood in terms of a penalty. Certainly no harm, no foul there. Just separate the guys involved. Hart does a great job to control that face-off. Here comes Drexel. They still have 30 seconds left on the man advantage. 13 seconds, though, left in the period. Urbani brings it in, nobody there. Now it comes in front. Spinning with it is McGinley into the slot. That shot goes wide. 4 seconds now down to 3. Got to let it go, and Hagen's pass was a little bit ahead of Hart. That'll end it. So after 20 minutes, it's Drexel 1, Buffalo 1, and another great matchup here from the class of 1923 arena. Drexel will start the second period with 16 seconds left on the man advantage. Hang with us here through intermission, folks. We'll have some interviews with members of the Drexel Dragons hockey program, as well as an interview from the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame induction dinner back in 2018 with Lou Nolan, the voice of the Philadelphia Flyers, over the public address. Thanks for being with us, folks. You are watching the Drexel Hockey Network, and we're all square at one. Bob Long, Mike Christofoli here with you, and we'll be back. We're back here at the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and we're with former inductee Lou Nolan, who was on with us last year. We're really excited to have you back, and nice to see you here.
Well, you know, it's a great event. I'm glad to be here, and I'm more honored that I was inducted, and it's great to see friends here that are making that journey the same way, notably Reggie Leach.
Yeah. Absolutely. A tremendous, tremendous player, as you well know, back in the 1975 Stanley Cup teams, and part of that unbelievable line back in the 70s that really just took other teams' lunch money.
I think there were 141 goals from that line. I remember that number because they threw out, it broke some record or something, I don't know, and they threw out these dollar bills, orange dollar bills, and they fluttered down. Nothing reached the ice, but I got a couple of those home. But, I mean, I've seen Reggie score 5 in a game. It's pretty good.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really unbelievable. Yeah. And so if you compare a line like that, a team like that, to some of the other great teams that the Flyers have had, of course, they won a Stanley Cup, so that is right there at the top. But what did they bring that makes such a good hockey team and kind of led people to believe and led people to understand what the Flyers' identity was?
Well, you know, when you win the title like that and win the cup, you basically are in everybody's heart forever, and it's very difficult. You know, with Billy Barber and Clarkie and Reggie together, Reggie could really shoot, and so could Billy Barber, and Clarkie could set them up and then pick up the garbage that bounced off goalies because the goalies couldn't control the puck. So they popped in a large number of goals. Later on, with Tim Kerr playing and Dave Poulin playing, guys like that, there were people that were almost equal, but not quite equal. And you could be in Game 7 and against Edmonton and not make it, and it's a world of difference from making it and having what it takes to win that cup.
Really is. You're absolutely right. And against some of the tremendous teams back there in the 1970s, notably they beat the Buffalo Sabres to win the Stanley Cup in 1974 and 1975. How has the game changed in your mind since that time to some of the great players and teams that you see today?
Well, that's a softball question. Speed. The teams that back in those years wouldn't come up the ice with the same speed as they do now across the league. A little more of a snake-like entry into zones. Our guys don't do a lot of that. When they do that, they're offside. Because somebody always wants to go straight at it. But these guys, they're drilled differently. They drill the same thing over and over and over until it becomes part of what they have in their brains as far as how they perform. And speed is the main thing. And talent, I think these guys nowadays keep themselves in better shape. I think they are measured in every single thing that they could possibly be measured in. We have analytics now in the league. 2 or 3 people with the Flyers do analytics. So everybody knows in management what can be done and how somebody's performing.
All right, so I'll try for not 2 softball questions in a row, Lou. I would hate to do that. So let's talk about the junior ranks, and let's talk about USA Hockey and where the future is for USA Hockey in terms of producing prospects. Of course, when we talk about the Olympics, we're not going to be talking about NHL players any longer. So the junior game, the next wave of USA talent, how do you see that?
Well, because there's so much emphasis put on national teams nowadays, and they'll train 50, 60 guys at camp and pull them from different places. I think it's good. I think we're going to be good going forward. Junior hockey and the ages leading up to junior hockey, 16, under 16, under 17s, under 18s, they're better than they ever have been. And I think that the future is really strong. Good leadership, good teams, a lot of American players.
And speaking of the juniors, obviously the college game has just exploded in terms of amateurs that are trying to make that next step. You see a team just in this state like Penn State make the jump up to NCAA Division I and the success that they've had. The college game, how do you feel that the college game is being represented both from a media perspective and in terms of the talent that you see then filtering upward?
Well, I think more than ever you have the ability to tune into a college game just about any night you wish to do so because of the proliferation of cable and digital television. And so you can watch people. Now, they're being scouted all the time for talent, just like the juniors are and just like the other professional ranks are. So I think that the college game itself is so exciting. I mean, those guys go out and they run through the end of the boards and nail somebody. I mean, it's terrific. And nonstop, and they produce some pretty good players, and that's evident by the individuals that have come into the NHL. But I mean, talk about Gostisbehere, right? He was his team won the Frozen Four, and they won 7-4. He was +7. So I mean, it's ridiculous, and he's played well with us. I think that some of the talent has caught up to him. He's got that little move back again that he had in his first couple of years, and then last year lost a little bit of. It's confidence, He's a good player, and I think that things ahead for our Flyers team are strong.
So why and what in particular gives you that indication? Obviously, a great organization that year after year is trying to put a good team on the ice. And I got to ask you, as you're wearing the beautiful orange tie this evening, what you see out of the Flyers this year. And, of course, there's some great prospects in the pipe, most specifically a guy that'll be in between the pipes.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Carter Hart, who is down in Allentown now, and will probably play a majority of the games there. He's got a lot to learn. It's just like anybody that comes out of junior, no matter what level you play on. You play national and junior, you're still playing against other junior players. You start playing against men who have a better shot, who will not, will do what they need to do to win a game, including running goalies. So it's a little different there. But he'll go to school there, and Ron Hextall will be very patient with him. And if we hold up okay up here, I think that he'll get his chance to learn, adjust to the shot, adjust to the speed of the game, which is accelerated in both ways. And I think we'll see him here, but I got a funny feeling we won't see him this year.
Yeah, interesting. I know that's the question. There's a lot of fans out there calling for him now, but perhaps the best thing for his development.
Yeah, his numbers aren't great, and I think that is part of the challenge for him to face. How do I make my numbers better? Now, think of the pressure on people here. If he was 5-0 with a 161 goals against average and a 933 save percentage, it's not like that. If it was, there'd be pressure to bring him up every time a goalie has a bad game. But it's not like that. And I think they're going to have time with him there, and I think he really needs the time. So Allentown's a nice place.
Yes, it is. Not too bad. Billy Joel once wrote a song about it.
Yes, he did.
Well, before I let you go, I got to give a shout-out on behalf of the Drexel University hockey program. I've been calling their games this year, going to be doing every home game for them, and I know that all those guys and everybody that's associated with hockey in Philadelphia, big fans of yours. I can say the same for myself. Appreciate you coming on and being a part of this.
Well, I'm flattered. Thank you. As I said here when I was inducted, I'm just a kid from Southwest Philly who loved hockey when lots of guys played basketball, and I never believed the ball was coming back to my hand when I dribbled. So instead it was hockey. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate the chance.
It's been a pleasure.
Hello everybody, welcome to Drexel TV. I am Jeremy Wick, pre-junior goalie on the team. I am here with two boys. Let them introduce themselves.
I'm Mike Church-Vera. I'm a junior defenseman, number 4. I'm the alternate captain, the better looking one, and everything else.
And hi guys, I'm Jim Miklick. I'm a senior on the team, defenseman. Mike's my D partner, unfortunately, but hey, it works well. I'm also an assistant captain and happy to be talking to you guys.
All right, so we're officially 2 skates done now. How's the team looking this year, Mike?
The team's looking amazing. You're being really aggressive with the mic. The team's looking really good. Obviously, we're a little rusty, but there's so much talent on the ice that it's going to be really exciting. We're going to be much deeper than we've been in many years.
Yeah, I'd have to follow up on that one. We had a lot of good recruits coming in. I think we're looking pretty good compared to the past couple of years. Hopefully keeping the winning tradition.
Yeah, so we got a lot of new guys coming in this year. What's kind of that transition process like? Getting the guys used to the team, getting them used to the environment and everything. What's kind of that process like?
So we have a pretty good mix of age this year. We have a couple transfers. We have a few true freshmen. So it's going to be interesting to see the blend and the chemistry that's created. But overall, I think it should go pretty well. We've experienced it in the past.
And as the defending champs, back-to-back defending champs, kind of like how does going into the season, what do we got to do if we want to defend that title for a 3rd year?
I think we just got to keep doing what we've been doing. The biggest thing is we can't be complacent. We need to know that we got to stop, keep working, keep getting after it. Nothing's going to be handed to us, I can tell you that. And I know we're better than we have been. I know we're going to be better than everybody.
So kind of off the hockey topics here, if you guys had to choose one guy on the team, who do you think the funniest guy on the team is going to be?
Go to him first, please. I don't have an answer.
Really putting me on the spot. We got a lot of characters.
I think I have a personal favorite. The goalies, most of them. Frank Lurie is hysterical. Because he's actually funny and because he's, just a good dude to be around.
There's also the fact that goalies, they're just a little different. So
a little different, yes.
Wick can attest to that, right, huh, Jeremy? Can you speak to that a little bit?
I can definitely speak to that. We're a different breed. Not everybody wants to get on the ice and stop pucks. So
yeah, there we go. Very good.
What else do I got for you guys here? I really think that that wraps it up.
Yeah.
So all right, it was good chatting with you boys, and we're looking forward to the season here.
Yeah, hopefully you guys tune into DrexelIceHockey.com. There's live streams, radio streams. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. Go Dragons.
Time.
Welcome back inside our broadcast booth, inside the Class of 1923 arena. Bob Long, Mike Crisafulli, back behind the camera, here for the Drexel Hockey Network. After 20 minutes, it's Drexel 1, Buffalo 1. Buffalo out of the NECHL, up near the top of the standings in that division this year, and certainly the Bulls with all the expectations to go back to the national tournament at the ACHA level this year. Drexel also was representative in the national tournament of the ACHA, and that was from the ECHA conference. This a big game for potential down the road seeding that we're talking about when you get to the ACHA national tournament. Drexel won the game yesterday, 4-3, a thriller in overtime. Looking to do the same here today. Now, Jeremy Wick's been great in net thus far here today. Really made a great save on the shot right before it ended up being a goal, but you know, there was a tough bounce that left it right on the doorstep for Buffalo. Besides that, he's had some great glove saves. He's kept Drexel in this game. And on the Drexel side, offensively, they just need to continue to pound the puck at the net. Kyle Weller's been very good on the faceoffs here today. Mike Churchvara, Nicholas Urbani, Jim Mikulik have a very good working relationship on defense. And then Dylan Hart, Christopher Hagan, Aaron Carmichael just back into the lineup. They've been very good in the way that they've created opportunities offensively. Drexel needs to continue doing that, and they're going to have a good opportunity to win this hockey game here today. We'll now take you to the ice for the beginning of the second period here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Drexel dressed in the home yellow, Buffalo in the road royal blues. Drexel will move from left to right in this period. 20 minutes on the clock, 16 seconds left on the penalty to Austin Bianchi that he took with 1:47 to play in the second period. Now the referees are having a discussion on the far side bench. Number 16, Joshua Hendel, came out late from the dressing room and kind of put his palms to the sky and said, "What's going on?" to the referees. And I might ask the same question. They're pulling the Zamboni back, as you can see, in between the benches. I think they're just going to leave that there. I don't think that's the issue here. But for one reason or another, we have a stoppage. As I mentioned, I got absolutely nothing as to what this could be about. As we mentioned, Drexel won their 17th game of the year last night. It was their first game back after a 35-day break. Buffalo, very similar. These guys at the ACHA level get very long breaks from before Christmas, which is the end of exam time, through after New Year's or the beginning of the second semester. So there is a little bit of an element of rust that's natural, but we've seen 4+ high-level displays of hockey in terms of the amount of periods we've seen since we've been back from break. These teams have been back to that high level of play that you'd expect from two teams that are nationally acclaimed at the ACHA Division I level. 9 seconds left on the power play. Urbani keeps it in the zone. Sent right in front. Now Woodruff will send it all the way down. Brought down with a high stick. And on the touch from Wick, the faceoff will come in the offensive zone of Buffalo. Back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Number 8, Cameron Lieber, takes the faceoff, but Cameron Neely gets the better of it. Long pass was looking for Eugene Lim. Turning with it now, number 18, Jacob Canner. Canner and Napier play catch. and it'll be Cantor to bring it across. Onto the stick of Austin Bianchi, well displaced by Cameron Neely, but that pass is a little bit past the outstretched stick of Eugene Lim. Pumped right back in by Buffalo, and an icing is called. That's certainly a mental mistake there by Buffalo. They were trying for a touch pass, but really nobody in the area, certainly with too much on it. And Drexel gets the opportunity. Nathan Runk will take the faceoff, opposed by Cameron Lieber. Drexel controls. Kyle Fiore gets it onto his stick and is able to get it down towards Mark Lurie. Off an odd bounce, it'll make its way to the neutral zone. Fiore takes it on the far side, and that pass was beyond Runk. He did get it past the red line, so no icing. But certainly could have been a goal-scoring opportunity. Now Fiore brings it back. He's patient and feathers it beautifully to Mike Churchvara, who carries in. On the near side circle, brings it back. And Drexel with an opportunity, sent across, nobody there. Long saucer off the stick of Dylan Hart. That'll wave off the icing. Turning with it now, number 23, Andrew Sizz. Sizz off for Woodruff. .18:05 to play. Neither team getting a great opportunity for the first 2 minutes here of this second period. Now it comes in front. Hart shot. Saved there on the pad by Battistoni. And now feathered right ahead. Victor McCutcheon comes right in. Jeremy Wick got the stop, and the net comes off the mooring. .17:45 to play. 1-1. And that was a great play by Buffalo. McCutcheon just tried to shield the body, but it was good defending by Drexel. Now the faceoff will be taken by Austin Penzak against Kyle Weller, and Weller, as he always seems to do, very effective on the faceoff wins. Gianluca Travia lost the puck, and Wick has to cover it up. We'll do it again. This time on the far side circle in the Buffalo attacking zone. Wesley Austin came into the weekend with 28 points on the year, but loses that faceoff. Bradley Crane can't clear it. Here's Penzak's shot, was deflected up into the netting. Gianluca Travia got the stick in there. Bob Long, Mike Crisafulli here for the Drexel Hockey Network. Thanks for being alongside here on this beautiful Sunday for hockey. For those Philadelphia Eagles fans, we'll do our best to get you out of here before kickoff, but that's what dual screens are for. Shot was deflected, goes to the backboards. Cameron Lieber sends it down below the goal line. Bianchi defended well by Kyle Weller, but able to get it off to number 18, Jacob Cantor, who has it now. Pumped back behind the net for Bianchi. Shot was blocked by Nicholas Urbani and out of the zone. Good work by Crane. Crane forces the turnover. Aaron Carmichael taking off the puck, but Crane is still back there. Carmichael will get there first again back behind the net. Drexel looking to create an opportunity. Urbani, the wrister, is sent wide. Battistoni up to task. Urbani can't keep that one in. They'll spin it back. Drexel will have to touch up, and they'll elect to get a change. 3 guys come off the ice for the Dragons. Make it 4 as Urbani comes out late, and Buffalo is content to wait it out as well and get set up. Schickling, shot saved there and released by Battistoni. Maxwell Battistoni, 6-2 on the year, .913 save percentage. Jeremy Wick up to task. He comes in with an 11-3, 1-1 record and 896 goals against, or I should say 896 save percentage and 3.26 goals against. Mikulik back behind the net, looking to clear, uses his body well to shield the puck. Now 2 Buffalo Bulls join the fight. 3 Dragons are in there looking to corral it and push it beyond the blue line, which they will, but only by a hair. Buffalo has to touch up. Long pass comes across Cameron Neely. Neely leaves it for Schickling. The wrister goes high and wide, didn't have a lot on it. Big hit back there by Mikulik, who's back now behind the play. Churchvara back behind the net, but first to it is number 10, Ian Keebler. Keebler taken off the puck well by the Dragons. Dragons able to clear into the neutral zone. And a penalty will come against Buffalo, cross-checking. The referee has to chase number 10, Ian Keebler, as he was trying to just hop right over into the bench. But the cross-check will go against the forward, Ian Keebler, who was scratched last night. His first action back since the break. And Drexel has the 5-on-4. McGinley. Drexel back behind the net. McGinley comes up with the puck. Looking to push it up to the point, but that went right off the skate of the referee. Well done on the stick lift by Patrick McGinley. Takes it right away. Urbani into the slot. Shot. Deflected, and Crane got a piece of it. Couldn't punch it through. Crane maintains possession. McGinley is in there. Here's Crane. Can't get the shot off. Nice job by Penzak. A tough bounce off the boards. Drexel was fortunate to get it back. It looked like it was going to create an opportunity for Buffalo. Dylan Hart taken down. Crane onto the puck. Urbani has it in the slot. Patience here as he pumps it back for Dylan Hart. Patrick McGinley in there as well. McGinley back behind the net. Badgered the whole way. Urbani at the top. Slides into the slot. Urbani shot into the catching glove of Battistoni with 53 to go here on this man advantage for Drexel. 14:02 to play in the second period. Kyle Weller will take the face-off, opposed by Wesley Austin. Drexel comes up with the possession. Lim carries to the circle. Churchvara, top of the circle. Shot goes just wide. Carmichael on it. And they'll reset. Back for Lim. Catches it on his backhand, so they'll reset. Carmichael. Drexel weaves it a little bit and replaces. Churchvara taken down. Opportunity here. Wesley Austin will get there first. Eugene Lim is back well in pursuit. And very quickly, Drexel's able to take him off the puck. Just 15 seconds left, though, on the man advantage, and Carmichael gave it away. Great work by Wesley Austin for the Buffalo Bulls. And this will just about extinguish the rest of the penalty. Buffalo back to 5-on-5. Opportunity for Laurie. Shot. Big-time rebound. Schickling nearly had an opportunity. And now another penalty will come up against Buffalo. They'll touch it up here. Michael Napier with the touch. But a holding will put Buffalo back on the defensive. The Bulls back on the penalty kill. And that's been the vast majority of this second period thus far. Drexel hasn't been able to cash in, but they get 2 more minutes. A man up. Face-off won by Dylan Hart. Urbani has it, flicked across. Hart able to flick it back. Patrick McGinley back behind the net. Tried to send it in front for Crane. It was blocked well. Hart back behind. Guarded by Andrew Sizz. One-timer. Goes into the side netting. Urbani with patience. Crane sends in front. McGinley didn't get a lot on it. Battistoni somehow makes a save, just sprawling around. Call him Dominic Hashig out there. Throw your fundamentals out the window and just lay your body down across the crease. Nice job by Maxwell Battistoni in the moment of truth. Buffalo looking to clear. They'll get it up to the line, but not out. Eugene Lim. But now a tough pass. That one came high off the ice, and Buffalo and Austin Bianchi come up the ice. One minute left as Eugene Lim carries on the man advantage for Drexel. Kyle Weller will filter it all the way down. Battistoni back behind the net. Flicks it high. Wide open net. They can't get the shot off. Kyle Weller had a golden opportunity. Jeremy Wick will catch and hold. Whew, Battistoni. How do you do? Counting his chickens after that one. And a great play by Kyle Weller, has to be said as well. Goes up high to get that one. He's got such a high wingspan. And it's just tough to get that puck down onto the ice and flat so that you can take that shot all in one motion. .30 seconds left on the man advantage. Here's Churchvara, ton of speed, comes all the way in, brings it through two defenders, goes down on the play, no call. And Buffalo is going to be able to clear it all the way down. 16 seconds left. Weller will win the race. But Buffalo continues to do an excellent job on the penalty kill. One last rush, 7 seconds left. Here's Aaron Carmichael. Carmichael brings it all the way in. Sent across, it was deflected high, and Buffalo has killed off the power play for Drexel. 10:45 to play, second period still 1-1. Shot goes off the side netting, just wide of the post. Hagen. Shot was deflected right off the stick by number 21, Tyler Bennett. Now Michael Last turns with it for Buffalo, hit hard by Hagen. Penzak with the puck for Buffalo, desperately trying to clear. And Tyler Bennett touches up, and just like that, Drexel back on the power play. Buffalo can't get out of their own way. This time it's Michael Lask with some words for the official, guided by the linesman to the box. Okay, so Drexel gets one more opportunity. Buffalo had killed the power play. They still hadn't cleared it from the zone since the conclusion of the power play, and Drexel, just like that, forechecking hard against tired legs for the Bulls, draws one more. Now a discussion being had. Austin Penzak and Tanner Woodruff have an explanation from the two officials. Dylan Hart wins the faceoff well. And a good stick in the passing lane. Jeremy Wick will come out, but Nicholas Urbani back there first. Cameron Lieber, give him credit for that stick in the passing lane for Buffalo. Jamie Crane, long pass right onto the tape. Hagen sent across, Crane in front, saved by Battistoni. And a whistle. Perhaps they lost sight of the puck. That was never covered. And I don't think the net's off the moorings. That's what it was, as you see there in the center of your screen. The linesman went in and reset the net. I didn't see it come off the moorings, but clearly the reason for the immediate whistle. Otherwise, that would have been a very quick whistle in terms of a puck covered up. or at the minimum, losing sight of it. Another giveaway. This time it's Wesley Austin. Brings it in himself, gets a shot and saved there by Wick. 9:52 to play, 1:28 to go on the man advantage for Drexel, and they've been unsuccessful in a period full of special teams opportunities. Near side circle face-off, Austin Penzak against Kyle Weller. Weller just muscles him right off the puck. Well done by the big man. Eugene Lim will spin with it. Has Mike Churchvara alongside, 1:16 to play. Kyle Weller brings it in, holds it at the point. Brings it back behind the goal line. And nobody was there up at that point. Schickling didn't realize it. Schickling discards the Buffalo defender. Churchvara nearly taken off the puck. Tyler Bennett stands up well defensively for the Bulls in blue. Now Churchvara gets another run at it. Pulls it back. Second defender comes on him in Austin Bianchi. Nice job by Buffalo. Looking to clear, though, and Schickling comes in to help. Back behind the net. Carries it. Stryker is right on him. Now up to the top. Into the slot. Carmichael stays with the puck. Now it gets onto the stick of Lim, but he couldn't find it. Bianchi fires it down. And an off-angle Wick out there to corral it. Stryker doing a tremendous job just holding that puck up against the backboard. 8 seconds left on the power play. Perhaps one more run here for the Dragons. Lask is out of the box, up to full strength, and look at this. It's a 2-on-none. Lask straight out of the box, in on Wick, save made, and a penalty coming against Drexel. And that is how quickly it can turn. Lask out of the box, a bad turnover by Drexel, and all of a sudden 2-on-none. Lask with a good move. Drexel forced to hook. And Eugene Lim goes to the box for a 2-minute minor. Fight along the near side boards. Austin comes up with it, pumps it across. Here's Woodruff. Woodruff back for Austin, spins it below the goal line. Michael Lask is in there. Now Austin back for Lask. Takes it back behind. Wick moves from side to side in net. 1:30 left on the man advantage. Drexel had an opportunity to clear but couldn't. Crane comes over and tries to defend. Austin feeds it back to the point. Woodruff, and Austin leaves it back for Michael Lask. Lask comes to the top of the circle. Now to the point, it's Woodruff. And it's given away. Here's an opportunity. Cameron Neely. Save made. Battistoni as Neely tries to go 5-hole. $7:20 to play. And boy, oh boy, there is some open ice out there here in this period. It's been almost exclusively 5-on-4. This is Buffalo's first opportunity in the 20-minute frame to have a man advantage, but it's not just the team on the power play getting the opportunities. Buffalo a much-needed face-off win. Will Stryker carries it up the ice. Bianchi taken down on the play. Kerbeal is able to feed it back for Will Stryker. Stryker badgered all the way by Nathan Runk. Great play by Runk. He'll feed it back behind and waste more precious seconds. Patrick McGinley does the job as well. Kerbeal feeds it forward, and now Austin Bianchi up the ice. Michael Napier, number 25, at the top of the circle along the near side board. Churchvara works hard on him, looking to displace the puck. Striker into the slot. Extra pass, one-timer, and that one went right off the leg of the official. Wick makes one save, stays right on it, and makes the save. Boy, that certainly can't feel good if you're that official, but it was probably mere inches away from something a lot worse than that. 7 seconds left on the man advantage for Buffalo. Big face-off opportunity here for Buffalo. And they're able to get control in front, sent right across the crease. Down to 1 second left. Eugene Lim is out of the box, and now potentially another opportunity. Well done by Buffalo to at least neutralize that opportunity with Lim coming out of the box. Remember, that's how Lim committed his penalty, because Last came right out of the box for Buffalo and had a 2-on-none opportunity after a Drexel turnover. Now we're 5-on-5 for probably the longest continued stretch here of this second period. Buffalo works it back to the point. This is Tyler Bennett with the shot intentionally wide, whips it off the backboards. Coming up on it now is Andrew Siz, pumping it back behind the net again. Gianluca Travia taking off the puck well. Alex Bauer comes up with it for Buffalo. Eugene Lim looking to clear. Drexel will clear it just into the neutral zone. Everybody touches up for the Bulls, and they'll get a full change. And a giveaway. So now fresh legs for the Bulls. Shot comes right in on Wick, and he will hold it with 5:13 to play in the second period. It was a nice, heady and veteran play by Jeremy Wick. He thought about perhaps putting that puck back down on the ice, but knew Drexel was in need of a shift change. So Drexel gets the full change. Both teams with fresh legs on the ice, 5:11 to play. Second period action here on the Drexel Hockey Network. University of Buffalo out of the NECHL against Drexel out of the ECHA. Both at or near the top of their respective standings. National playoff hopes and implications for both programs, and seeding implications on the line here tonight if both teams are fortunate to win their respective conference. Wyeth Cool hit into the boards. Nicholas Urbani is back there. Wesley Austin displaces the puck, and Austin Penzak is on it. Comes back to the point, but not out. This is Callahan Glinsky. Hasn't gotten a lot of time. Good pass in front. The one touch was just a bit wide, and Drexel now looking to clear. Wyeth Cool. He goes down on the play. Nicholas Urbani is in there as well. And now we get a stoppage as the puck was lodged between Cool and the backboard. Philadelphia, we got a lot of snow in the last day or so here, a couple inches, and it's just been bitterly cold. And as you might expect, this barn doesn't quite do a great job of climate control. It is a cold one in the barn here this afternoon. We're heating up, though. Drexel and Buffalo playing some big-time hockey here at the ACHA D1 level. Bad turnover. Hagen's going to get a look at it, takes the shot, didn't get a ton on it. George Vara in the slot, takes the shot, and it's blocked. Here comes Buffalo the other way. 4-on-2 if they hurry. Last got the initial piece of it, carried it in, but then lost it. Drexel will be able to clear it into the neutral zone. Now Church Vara carries it in. Top of the circle shot was taken right off his stick. Stryker got the block right away. Jim Mikulik pumps it back down behind the net. Church Vara flipped across, thought he was looking for Hart and couldn't find him. 3:19 to play, still one apiece. Back behind the net, Will Stryker. He will carry. Dropped off for Victor McCutcheon, can't get the shot off. Enveloped well by Drexel. Fiore glides his way in. Onto the backhand of Runk's shot and saved. Perhaps if that shot, or I should say pass from Fiore, got onto the forehand of Runk, perhaps it's a different story. Buffalo up the ice. Here's an opportunity. Bianchi sent across, and nobody was there. And that is fired up and into the stands. Great effort defensively by Gianluca Travia, Kyle Fiore getting back and preventing an opportunity for Buffalo. Face-off controlled by Nathan Runk and Drexel. Whipping it around is Bradley Crane. Kyle Fiore feeds it right back behind the net. Drexel looking to get a clear, and now they do. Coming right back, though. Shot saved there by Jeremy Wick calmly off the shot from Jacob Cantor. And Runk is taken down. The penalty will be called on the next touch. Wick scampers to the bench. Drexel had a good build the last time on a delay penalty. Opportunity across, and it's touched up there. But Cameron Lieber with the trip. Very clear trip back behind the net. Took down Gianluca Travia, and Drexel once again will go on the power play. I believe the fifth, if my math is correct, fifth power play of the second period alone. Still no blood. Drexel controls. Works it back behind the net. Schickling taking off the puck. Kyle Weller joins the fight for the Dragons. Michael Napier for Buffalo, all too happy to hold up that puck for as long as he can. Finally nudged free. Patience here from the Dragons. Churchvara over for Carmichael. Carmichael glides back to the goal line. Churchvara into the slot. Weller with it and finds Carmichael. They will weave and replace. And now a giveaway opportunity for Penzak, taking off the puck well. And here come Drexel with a ton of numbers. And it's just not the pass you were looking for. Now right in front. Drexel's going to get it right back. Limmies. And another penalty coming up. Carmichael. And now it's touched. A late whistle on that touch-up by Buffalo. Boy, Eugene Lim had an opportunity. Just got nothing on that first pass on the 4-on-1. Drexel's still going to get an opportunity with another penalty coming up, this time against Michael Napier. They'll have a 5-on-3 for the next 56 seconds or their first power play goal of the night. 1:01 left to go in the period. Really an opportunity to start to take control of this hockey game. Hart wins the face-off, but pulled well by number 26, Zach Kerbeil. Buffalo unable to clear. Hart back behind the net. Possesses, now finds Crane. Jamie Crane with patience. Hagen loves to pass out of this power play. Loves that cross-ice pass. A little bit too much heat on it. Hart pulls it back. Urbani into the slot. Back for Hart, comes into the circle, sent across, and somehow might have been a save made there after the deflection in front. Battistoni had to be alert there. Might have gone off the side of the post. Tough to tell. 13 seconds left on the man advantage. Just a few more in the period itself. Shot, save made by Battistoni. Stood up high. Urbani. Shot, goal! Jamie Crane off the assist from Christopher Hagen. 2-1 Drexel. Now what's interesting here is, did that first penalty expire yet or not? And that's the discussion being had right at center ice. Did that first penalty expire by the time that one went into the net? If it did, then you can pull Napier out of the box. If not, then Drexel scores with 1 second left on that power play, and they still have 1:04 to go. So that's the discussion being had at the opposing bench, and the head coach of the University of Buffalo arguing with the official. Now they'll go to the scorer's table and relay their decision. I think there was about a 4 to 5 second differential between what was left on that penalty and what was left in the period. They have 5.8 that they just put on the clock, so it looks like Drexel scored that goal with about 1 second left on the first penalty to Lask. And as a result, they still have the benefit of the penalty to Napier for the next 1:04. Timing is everything in this game. So Napier reluctantly went back to the box. And with 5.8 seconds to play, Drexel takes a 2-1 lead. Jim Mikulik will be able to expire the period. Drexel leads 2-1. A big-time goal by Jamie Crane in the final seconds of the period and the final second of the 2-minute minor on the 5-on-3. Michael Lask came out of the box, but Michael Napier has to stay for the next 58 seconds. Good period of hockey. Drexel finally takes advantage on the man advantage. 5 power plays to work with in that period, and they found the twine one time. Bob Long on play-by-play, Mike Crisafulli on the camera here with the Drexel Hockey Network. Stay with us at the intermission. We'll have more interviews, this time from the Drexel Dragons hockey players, and we look forward to seeing everybody on the other side. You're watching Drexel Dragons hockey here on DHN. All right, folks, welcome into the Drexel Hockey Network. We have John Luca, defenseman for the Drexel Dragons, here with us after a morning skate and then an afternoon scrimmage. You guys are just getting going. The rest of the students here at Drexel are just getting into their dorms, but you guys are hard at work. How was today being out there on the ice?
I mean, it's good to get back in the swing of things. Obviously, a little bit out of shape, no matter how much you train in the off season. But just getting back on the ice is definitely a benefit, and just seeing all the guys over again is definitely something I look forward to. And now that it finally happened, I'm really excited for this year.
Good. I'm going to ask you to throw that mic nice and tight when
closer.
You're beautiful.
Okay.
So you said you're a sophomore here at Drexel. This will be your second year with the team. Walk the folks through that weren't following along last year. What type of year you guys had last year, and what you're looking forward to here in 2018, 2019?
I would say it was probably like a successful year for the most part. Some bad losses here and there, but generally good competition that we play against. We're part of a local league. I forget the name of it, but then we also participate in the ACHA.
Mm-hmm.
We made it to nationals. We won our league, and we won the championship game. So I guess that big sweep was definitely crucial for all these recruits coming in, and kind of put our image up. And looking forward to this year because I think it'll be one of our best.
Well, let's talk about those recruits if we could, because you do have a lot of young talent coming in. Coach Schulte is very excited about the underclassmen that he has. Of course, a tremendous group of upperclassmen as well. But have you seen in now your second year the program kind of building year by year?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, the whole D1, D2 team, it's going to be interesting to see all the new guys. And, I mean, we already saw how it worked today with all those guys out there. How we split up the teams. I think they'll both be very competitive teams and both go for championships, hopefully. But competition's definitely getting up there, and I know with the addition of Westchester and William Patterson to our leagues, we're definitely going to have to step it up. And I think we have the team to go all the way this year. Just a matter of gelling together, I guess.
The ACHA is such an interesting league, brand of hockey for folks that maybe are just stepping into the college hockey arena for the first time. What are they going to see from not only a Drexel Dragons team but an ACHA game?
I mean, what I saw right away was that the level and the commitment is much higher than you would ever think of. The traveling is, pretty extensive, more than I've ever traveled throughout my entire hockey career, and I've played on Tier 1 teams and gone all the way to Chicago. But last year we went to Colorado, and trips like that, being able to hang out with the guys is definitely a good thing. And I just think that – wait, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
About the ACHA and the types of competition that you see in this league.
Right. Well, I know right off the bat that I know a couple of D1 players that, they have old guys that maybe it didn't go well, regular D1 NCAA, and they just decide to play ACHA. So the fact that the level of competition is that high is very impressive. And you'll see those guys go to nationals. And, some of our guys, they play competitively for juniors. So for that not to work out for them there, it definitely works out for us here because the level of hockey is very high.
John Luca on with us here, the Drexel Hockey Network. So the ACHA nationally is a tremendous brand of hockey, but the City Six is such a big deal in basketball.
Correct.
And, of course, with Drexel and Villanova and Temple all fielding ACHA hockey teams, I'm sure that gets quite interesting in the hockey circuit as well. What's it like to be in a hockey-rich market like this with other schools like that right down the road that I'm sure want to take it to you every time they play Drexel?
Yeah, every time they see Drexel on their schedule, they probably circle it because we've won back-to-back league titles, and we've gone to nationals back-to-back years. So I guess when we go out to Colorado and play teams like Boulder, I guess they probably look at us like that, and they probably think, we're worth being able to play with these guys, and we don't make it easy for them at all. And the rivalry is definitely there. I'd say with Villanova, that has a pretty good program over there, and it's definitely something that's on the rise. And they're always going to get guys that played prep school hockey and then go to a great university that Villanova is. So the fact that college is able to bring everybody together from all over the country, even international, is something that's definitely interesting because the competition is always going to be high.
All right, let's have some fun here, John. Of course, when you're out on the road with these Drexel guys and your teammates, there can be funny things that go on the road. So PC, of course, or politically appropriate and everything else, and good for television. What's the funniest thing you guys did or somebody did on a road trip last year?
We had a rookie night last year, which was just all the rookies who had to showcase their talents, I guess. I didn't go to it because I was actually back home injured, but it was definitely, from what I heard, it was definitely a cool experience because some of the guys who were shy just pop up in front of everybody else on the team who you're kind of intimidated by because it's early on in the season, and you just showcase the talent that you have, whether it's singing in front of somebody else or flipping a cup was one of them. It was definitely something that I'm really sad that I missed out on, but all the stories and all the Snapchats that I received were really funny. So it was definitely one of the highlights of the year.
That's cool. Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot more of that. A lot of good action on the ice as well. We're looking forward to seeing you over the course of the year, John, and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
It's nice having you on. Back on the Drexel Hockey Network with Chris Hagan, the junior forward for the Drexel Dragons. And I talked with John just a few minutes ago about this. Everybody else is just moving into their dorms right now. You guys are full speed on ice, scrimmaging, and really fighting for spots. What was it like out there today?
Yeah, it's great to see all these new faces, incoming freshmen. They're all solid players. Yeah, just being on campus and stuff, being back on the ice with everyone. Yeah, we're excited for the season to start.
What was last year like for you guys? I know that you have very high expectations last year, but walk us through how last year went and how that transitions to this year.
Yeah, winning our league is always on our top goal list of the season. So it was awesome to win our league and then obviously go to nationals. in Columbus. And then next year it's in Columbus or Dallas. So really excited for that.
Chris, where did you go to high school, and how did you make your way to Drexel?
I went to North Fremont Herman, which is a prep school in Massachusetts. I heard about Drexel, the co-op system, and I heard they had a hockey team as well. I followed up with Zoldi and got a tryout and made the team. So.
That's great. Now, how would you characterize Coach Zoldi's style of coaching? It seems like he runs a really tight ship out there, but also gives you guys the freedom to, be yourselves on the ice. I'm impressed by what I've seen from Coach Zoldi so far, but how would you describe it coming from the bench?
Yeah, he's always up tempo. He has a lot of sayings of be humble but play hard. And the one thing I love about Zoldi is he lets you play your game, and he's a great coach.
Who's your squad in the NHL?
Squad? New York Islanders.
New York Islanders, okay. So how's that been, one, going up to Boston for prep school and then coming down to another hockey town in Philadelphia, neither of which are necessarily too fond of the Islanders?
Yeah, dealing with all the Bruin fans up there, it's a huge difference from down here, but I've come comfortable with everyone around here.
So you've been here for a couple years. I asked John Luca this question.
Yeah.
What was the funniest thing anybody did last year, whether that was in the dorms or on the road trip? Take us inside the locker room a little bit.
Yeah, so we have the talent show obviously is always a good time, but on the road trips, especially the long road trips, we have the freshmen sing on the bus their favorite song with headphones on, so they're just singing to the song on the bus without them actually listening and all that stuff. So it's a fun time.
That's tremendous. Looking forward to hearing more stories like that. And Chris, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
You got it. That's Chris Hagan from the Drexel Dragons here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Welcome back inside the Class of 1923 arena. Bob Long here, Mike Crisafulli back behind the camera. Appreciate everybody being with us here today. One change we had from the first period goal for the Drexel Dragons. Looks like Eugene Lim was actually the one that poked that one in. He and James Schickling were right next to each other, both got backhands on it. And looks like Lim was actually the one to punch it home off the initial shot and deflection that came off Battistoni. The shot came from Cameron Neely, which we knew, but we thought it was Schickling that put the goal in. Instead, credit the goal to Eugene Lim. And then the big goal in the second period was Jamie Crane, able to fire it home, find some twine on a good assist from Christopher Hagan, secondary assist to Nicholas Urbani on the power play. As we mentioned, the big thing there was that Drexel scored that goal with just 1 second left on the other penalty. So it was a 5-on-3, now it's a 5-on-4. Buffalo vehemently argued that first penalty had already expired and that the second penalty to Michael Napier should then be extinguished as well with the goal scored. The referee said no, that's not the case, and so for the next 58 seconds to begin the third period, Drexel will be on the power play. Buffalo, they haven't had a lot of sustained pressure or momentum here in the second period. Big part of that was because they were down a man for all that time. So for Buffalo, the key, the one and only key, has to be do not take silly penalties, and that's how they're going to get back into this game. On Drexel's side, continue what you're doing. Fire away at the net. Keep being aggressive. Try to force those penalties and try to salt away this game here in the third period. Long way to go. We'll take you to the ice. Thanks for being with us. We are underway here in the third. Church Vara brings it in. Drexel on that power play for the next 48 seconds or a goal. Eugene Lim up at the point. Scoots it down below the goal line. Kyle Weller back there for it. Up to the point, Carmichael feeds it back behind. Carmichael keeps it in on his backhand. Eugene Lim. Now to the goal line, Weller looking for a skip pass, can't find it. Eugene Lim back for Weller, creating space here. And now they get that pass. Shot from Mike Church-Vara, blockered high and into the netting. Good build up there for the Drexel Dragons to begin this third period. (2-1) Dragons lead. They won the game last night 4-3. Both these teams are going to be right in the mix in their respective conferences to win those conferences, and then if so, it'll come down to seeding. These games big for things like that. Wesley Austin will come onto the puck. 4 seconds left on the power play, poked away beautifully by Jim Mikulik. Fresh sheet of ice and 5-on-5 hockey here as Church-Vara lifts it high. It bounces over the stick of Battistoni. Church-Vara keeps it in. Long shot comes all the way into the catching glove of Maxwell Battistoni. .18:43 to play, third period. Bob Long here, Mike Crisafulli on camera for the Drexel Hockey Network. Drexel's last game before a big onslaught of conference matchups. It'll be on the road at Westchester next Friday. And then Saturday night's game against Navy, the arch rival for Drexel and the biggest home game of every season. We'll have it here on the Drexel Hockey Network, but hope that those that are local can make it out. Wesley Austin pulls it back and finds Tyler Bennett, but he loses the puck. And now Drexel's going to be called for a penalty. A delay penalty called against Drexel. Don't know what the call is at first glance. Might have happened off the puck. Here's Wesley Austin bringing it in at 6-on-5 for the Bulls, and now it's touched up by Kyle Fiore with 17:56 to play. So now Buffalo gets their chance to go on the power play. Drexel's been pretty well disciplined here tonight. It's been an issue for this Drexel team over the course of the year. But it is Mark Laurie going to the penalty box with his third penalty of the night. Laurie hasn't had a ton of playing time this year, getting the opportunity here tonight. And unfortunately, he's spent about as much time in the sin bin as he has out on the sheet of ice. Face-off won by Buffalo, kept in the zone by Woodruff. Buffalo tic-tac-toe passing. It'll find its way back to Woodruff in the slot. Takes the shot, and it was deflected in front by his own man, Cole Schiffman. Urbani tries to clear. It'll come to the point, and Woodruff kept it in. Back behind the net now is Wesley Austin. Drexel got a stick on it, but unable to clear. Now up to the point, Jacob Cantor glides into the slot. Michael Lask feeds for Woodruff. Woodruff back for Cantor. Patience here from the Buffalo Bulls with 1:20 to go on this power play. Shot saved there by Wick, and he'll cover it up. He will not put that back on the ice, and there will be a minute 18 to go on the power play. (17 minutes, 13 seconds to play. A 2-1 lead for the Drexel Dragons. They won an overtime thriller last night against the Buffalo Bulls. And UB is trying to get out of here with some points and a win here this afternoon. Stryker feeds it back for Curiel. Touch passing here. Michael Napier has it. And the pass was deflected by Patrick McGinley. It's fired along the sideboards, but not out, and now on second effort, pumped all the way down. 43 seconds left on the man advantage. Drexel has yet to relent on the penalty kill. Napier, cross-ice pass, finds Austin Bianchi. He has space, 3-on-2. Bianchi now carries behind, and Drexel is able to recover defensively. Stryker finds Kerbeal, now right in front, nobody there. Mikulik can't get enough on it to clear. Kerbeal does well, now Napier with it. Stryker wanted the puck, instead they find Zach Kerbeal. Behind the net is Cameron Lieber, brings it in, and Jeremy Wick is right there. And Patrick McGinley doesn't take too kindly to Cameron Lieber, continuing to poke away at Jeremy Wick. And I believe that McGinley's going to be called for a penalty. Lieber lost a glove, both gloves in the action. Of course, you can't drop the gloves at this level, but it will be Patrick McGinley protecting his goaltender perhaps a bit too ambitiously. He will join Mark Laurie in the box. Just 7 seconds left on the 2-minute minor to Frank Laurie. 5-on-3 for that oh-so-short period of time, but Drexel, with just a 1-goal lead, continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Something Kyle Zoldi talked about in yesterday's post-game interview, how the first period they took too many penalties. Well, the third period is shaken up that way right now. 5-on-4 hockey as Wick makes the first save. Off angle, went off the post. Nicholas Urbani holds it up. Nobody's coming to help him. 3 Bulls are there. Puck is scooted free onto the stick of Buffalo. Cantor to Woodruff. Woodruff in the slot, finds Wesley Austin. Woodruff shot, goes just wide. Caught the pad of Jeremy Wick on its way to the backboards. And Drexel's able to clear it all the way down. Cameron Neely. And he will come to the bench for a switch. Eugene Lim on in his place. It's Carmichael, Lim, Bradley Crane, and Nicholas Urbani out there right now for the Dragons. Wesley Austin's cross-ice pass comes onto the stick of Michael Lask. Brings it in. Tries to wheel behind the net. And looking for reinforcements. Finds Jacob Cantor on his backhand. Sent in front for Michael Lask. Jeremy Wick with 1 save. Going to have to make another here as Cantor comes up with it. That save is made and sent to the sideboards. Tanner Woodruff comes up with it. Great job to stay on the puck. Cantor again. That one, I don't know if Wick saw it. It went wide. Now to the goal line, looking for Schiffman. And another great clearance by Drexel. Give credit to Nicholas Urbani for first putting the stick on the ice in the passing lane, deflecting it, and allowing Drexel to clear. Now just 7 seconds left. Woodruff sent right across. Buffalo can't get the shot off, and it is cleared over the stick of Will Stryker, and Drexel is at full strength. Turning on it well in the neutral zone was Victor McCutcheon. Good stick lift by Cameron Neely. No possession yet in the neutral zone. Stryker will pick it up with 13:40 to play. The Buffalo Bulls trail 2-1. 13:35 to go in this one. Austin Bianchi comes up with it. No numbers. Hip checks goes right into the linesman. He takes a tumble. This one will come on net. And Maxwell Battistoni will cover it up. Linesmen are not safe here at the Class of 23 Arena. It's a physical hockey game. And that particular linesman on the far side was collateral damage. Patrick McGinley wins the faceoff. Shot by Mike Church-Vara into the gullet of Battistoni. Long way to go in this one. 13 minutes and change to go. We're going to have some fireworks down the stretch. Two great hockey teams. Jordan Wanchuk carries for Buffalo, feeds it back behind. Wick does a great job to get a stick on it, funneling it to the outside. Drexel is going to be able to clear it up to center ice. McGinley brings it down well. Carries it in, drops back for Christopher Hagen, sent across. Hart might have gotten a stick on it, but the tip didn't go on net. Sent across. In front. Hart scores! Dylan Hart on a one-timer. How beautiful is that? McGinley did a great job as he came across center ice to bring that down. And then it made its way to the sideboards. McGinley does a great job. Across for Christopher Hagen, who cut to the near side of the post. And another assist for Hagen as Hart drills it home. Christopher Hagen has just notched his 21st assist of the year. He's had an absolutely incredible year and is one of the best passers that this Drexel team has. Patrick McGinley, keep talking about him. What a great play that was to bring down a saucer pass that had a lot of steam on it at center ice. That possession allowed Drexel to build up. And then on the forecheck, he dislodged the puck, got it over to Hagen, and then, of course, Dylan Hart able to slot it home. What great teamwork. Now Eugene Lim comes in himself, brought down on the play. Aaron Carmichael could not pull that one through the legs. Stick lift there by Eugene Lim. He'll pump it back down, allow Drexel to get a full change. Under 12 minutes to go, Drexel with a 2-goal lead over Buffalo. Gianluca Travia got a stick on it. Now Bradley Crane with it. Floats it high up for McGinley, went over his stick. McGinley spins with it, badgered there by Ian Keebler. And a nice hit by Michael Napier taking down Crane. Onto the puck comes the diminutive Kyle Fiore, and Fiore could not find the intended recipient, Nathan Runk. Keebler lays his body on the ground, but Drexel gets there first, although the Dragons cannot clear. Fiore spins, misses once, and then the flick goes off Michael Last. Buffalo still with possession. Victor McCutcheon back behind the net. McCutcheon doing yeoman's work and gets it over to Lask once again. I don't know if that was the right decision. I think they had a guy wide open at the point. Now Drexel's going to be able to clear it. Drexel with a quick change opportunity here for Buffalo. Buffalo back behind the net and a big hit into the backboards. And they're going after it. Neely and Will Stryker. Great job by Neely to take Stryker out of the play. Now a deflected pass will make its way into the zone. Set, dropped right back. Shot came right on net. And the save by Battistoni off the shot from James Schickling. What a buildup, though. And that's going to be offside as Cameron Neely just had a foot, both feet, into the zone by about a half a foot. 10-14 to play. A great counterattack that time from the Drexel Dragons. And Battistoni continues to play pretty well here tonight. He was up to task. Mike Churchvara carries it in. His shot is right into the catching glove of Battistoni and a hold right on. Drexel controls the faceoff. Eugene Lim taken down on the play. Nothing called. 3-on-2 here for Buffalo. Here's Wesley Austin bringing it right in. Wick made the first save. It's back behind the net. Drexel is able to clear. Eugene Lim turns on it and is able to poke it back in. 9:43 to play. Buffalo turns on it again. Wesley Austin. Mike Churchvara takes him off the puck. Able to feather it forward, though, for Austin Penzak. Penzak back for Austin. Shot goes just wide. Kerbeal wings it around the backboards. Jim Mikulik is there. Eugene Lim fires it, but not out. A low shot was directed wide. Cameron Lieber drops it off. Cross-ice pass, well intercepted by Eugene Lim, who pumps it out. Now, it could have been too many men on the ice. That's what Drexel was arguing for, as the pass ran right by the skate of number 20, Austin Penzak, as he was late to change. 8:55 to play, 2-goal lead for Drexel. Giveaway there, shot was well wide. Austin Bianchi back behind the net. Michael Lask is in there as well for the Bulls in their royal blue uniforms, going from left to right. Lask with it now, nudged into the backboards. Bianchi is there, up to the point it comes. Long shot, it's deflected wide. Wick has to get back in position. Here's Woodruff, and he pulls it back. Michael Lask comes into the circle. That shot is saved by Wick. And Drexel is able to clear it to the neutral zone. .8:10 to play. Buffalo with more sustained pressure than they've had for most of the afternoon. Christopher Hagan pulls it now. Long pass onto the stick of Patrick McGinley, couldn't come down with it. Drexel able to get a full change. McGinley, a shot goes wide. Under 8 minutes to go in this one. Buffalo trying to cut this deficit in half. They have tremendous firepower. Flicked high and goes wide of Wick. Lifted along the sideboards, and that's going to help it clear. Now Jamie Crane has no numbers, brings it in, and back behind the net retains that possession. Crane now gives it away. Nice defense by Cole Schiffman. Schiffman will pump it up. Victor McCutcheon chases after it. Crane couldn't get a stick on it. McCutcheon is in there. Bradley Crane working hard. Schiffman comes up with it for Buffalo. Striker shot, didn't have a lot on it, and Wick is there with the catch and glove. Seven minutes, 4 seconds to play. Drexel stood up well defensively as Buffalo throws the kitchen sink at him, trying to get back into this game. Shot was blocked right off the stick of Penzak by Eugene Lim. Cleared ahead, and Eugene Lim, with that speed, is taken down and draws a penalty. Tremendous play by Eugene Lim, utilizing the speed. And it'll be number 26, Zach Kerbeal, going to the penalty box. And that's one, certainly it was a penalty. Was there any part of Eugene Lim that felt that contact and went down a little bit easy? Certainly a veteran play either way from Eugene Lim. Striker is able to clear into the neutral zone. Drexel's able to maintain possession, which is the most important thing, and here comes Weller. Weller brings it back in. And well done by Penzak to take him off the puck. They can't quite get the clearance, though. Eugene Lim, great cross-ice pass. Sent right across and onto the stick of Carmichael. He just couldn't finish. A little bit of heat on that pass coming across the crease. Buffalo gets the clearance they need. Wick out well. Drexel perhaps had a momentary opportunity with Buffalo trying to get that change. Churchvara into the slot. Dylan Hart, patience at the edge of the circle. Churchvara comes to the top of the circle and wheels it back for Hart. 1 minute to go on the man advantage. Sent across, what a pass, right in front, and Schickling was the final intended recipient. Nice stick in there by the Bulls. Number 25, Michael Napier. Urbani loses the puck. Cameron Lieber poked away well by Nicholas Urbani. Now with 33 seconds left, it'll be Jamie Crane to build. Pass gets off the ice. Nice job to get that puck up there, and Nicholas Urbani can then spin it around. Dylan Hart whipped back behind again for Jamie Crane. Crane and Hagen are back there. Crane comes up with it. Pass had some heat on it. Great play by Hagen. That cross-ice pass didn't get where it needed to, though. Urbani back to the circle. Hart had trouble with it, and now it's deflected. Foot race. Nicholas Urbani gets to the puck first. Austin Bianchi taken down. And they wave off the icing. Buffalo, they say, had an opportunity to touch. 4:40 to play. And now Drexel has to face a full-strength Buffalo attack. Wick makes the first save. Church Vera and now Nathan Runk join the fight. 3-on-2 drop back for Mike Church Vera, and it's flicked up and into the netting with 4:18 to play. Drexel still at a 3-1 lead. 2-goal advantage with 4:18 to play. A very complete effort from this Drexel team here today, trying to finish off a 2-game weekend sweep against the traveling Buffalo Bulls. Nathan Runk and Kyle Fiore back behind the net. Tyler Bennett in there trying to displace for Buffalo. Austin Penzak, nice play for Buffalo, but they can't clear. Mikulik with patience, into the slot. Church Vera winds up, and it's blocked in front by his teammate Runk. Cameron Neely with it now. Runk had trouble with the reception of that pass, but Drexel's going to maintain possession. Mikulik takes it off the boards and feathers it back down behind the net. 3:35 to play. The clock is Drexel's friend. Tyler Bennett whips it around. Mikulik on the pinch and does the job, keeps it in the zone. Now Buffalo should be able to clear it. Michael Lask, number 15, good move and another good move. Makes another one miss. Poked away well by Mike Churchvara. Drops it off for Aaron Carmichael. He drops it the rest of the way, and Eugene Lim will chase as the rest of the Dragons change. Cole Schiffman looking to clear. Unable to do so, Eugene Lim continues to do great work, but then gives it away. Not a great cross-ice pass. Jacob Cantor, off angle, shoots it around the backside. Wesley Austin with the puck now for Buffalo. Taken off the puck well by Kyle Weller. Takes his time, but can't get it out. Nice between the legs little shot there, but never got to net. Michael Napier, the defenseman for the Buffalo Bulls. Pumps it in. Wyeth Cool is back there to get it. Good work, though, by number 6, Wesley Austin, back behind the net. And a penalty coming up. Delay penalty coming up against Buffalo, and with 2:04 to play, a 2-goal lead for Drexel. Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Dragons, and if you're Buffalo, you can't believe it. Tanner Woodruff arguing with the official, and that's just something you can't do. It's going to go against number 8, Cameron Lieber, who is working hard behind the net. Certainly, if you're Buffalo, you're throwing everything you can at Drexel, but you got to be careful. And taking a penalty like that is nearly the death knell for this Buffalo team. I'd expect with 2:04 to go, as soon as Buffalo can create sustained possession, I'd expect Maxwell Battistoni to go to the bench. That's a 5-minute major called. So that will take him the rest of the game. Buffalo a man down the rest of the way. Drexel a 2-goal lead, under 2 minutes to go. Battistoni can't come out of the net because Drexel has possession in their offensive zone. Sent right across, nobody there. Church Vera was the one who was the safety valve. Church Vera with patience. Up to Urbani at the slot. Shot was blocked, and here comes the foot race. Michael Lask. Nicholas Urbani comes up with the puck. 1:20 to go. Dylan Hart carries it on. Hart, shot, goes just high. He was trying to add his second goal of the night. Church Vera at the point. Cross-ice pass was looking for McGinley again. Buffalo able to clear it, but Church Vera brings it down and carries it back in. Sent across. The follow, McGinley. Boy, Christopher Hagen was going for the hat trick on the passing side, but he had a great opportunity to just let that one fly. McGinley, long pass, comes onto the stick of Aaron Carmichael. Carmichael with patience. Here's Eugene Lim. Jim Mikulek. Shot. Rebound, Weller. That shot was deflected up and into the netting. 28.6 seconds to play, and Drexel is doing exactly what you'd expect of a championship-level team. 2-goal lead like this, you have a power play at the end of the game. Don't even let that opposing goaltender come off the ice. Sustained pressure here for the Dragons all the way to the end. And certainly more so than last night. They've outplayed the Buffalo Bulls here this afternoon. Sent right in front. Save made by Battistoni on the shot from Carmichael. Faceoff will come to the near side circle. 23.4 seconds to play. Drexel with that 2-goal lead. Looking to collect their 18th win of this season. And a 2-game weekend sweep against NECHL Power Buffalo. 12 seconds left in this one. Eugene Lim, patient back behind the net. Comes right in front. Across for Aaron Carmichael. He scores! Aaron Carmichael puts it through 5-hole, the assist to Eugene Lim. And it's 4-1 Drexel. They pad it with 2.7 to play. And that's your ball game. The Drexel hockey team wins a big one here today. Drexel finishes off the 2-game sweep against the Buffalo Bulls. This one 4-1. The Dragons now 18-3-1-1 on the year and have that momentum to build towards a stretch run that's going to include huge games against Navy, Westchester, William Patterson University, and much more. Westchester still leads the conference with just 1 in the loss column, and that is the next opponent for the Drexel Dragons. They travel to Iceline Quad Links in Westchester to take on the Rams in a road test next Friday night, followed by a home tilt on Saturday night against the Naval Academy. But a lot to like about how the Dragons played in this game and how they played this entire weekend. They trailed 2-1 yesterday. And since that time, they've only allowed Buffalo to score 2, and they've scored 8 in the process. A wonderful 5+ periods of hockey to end the weekend for this Drexel team after falling behind yesterday to start the action. Great job in net by Jeremy Wick. He played fantastic this afternoon. The goal scorers here today, Dylan Hart, Aaron Carmichael, Eugene Lim, and Jamie Crane. The assists go to Nicholas Urbani. Eugene Lim had an assist as well. Cameron Neely got an assist. And then Christopher Hagan adds 2 more assists to his total, 21 assists for the year. Good win for the Dragons. And for those of you Eagles fans out there, we probably only went about 3-4 minutes into the football game, so we did our best. We're not going to have post-game interviews for you today, but appreciate everybody hanging with us all weekend long for Drexel University Hockey here on DHM. We'll see you on Saturday night of next week as Drexel takes on Navy in a game of the year, which has so many implications on the line for national seeding and for a conference title, which is your only guaranteed way to the national playoffs. Thanks to Mike Crisafulli for his work as always on camera all weekend long. For our entire staff here at DHN, I am Bob Long saying so long here from Philadelphia. Drexel, a winner today, 4-1.